Welcome to our 48-hour journey through Paris. In this video, we'll guide you on how to experience Paris like a true local, from hidden cafes tucked away in narrow streets, vibrant flea markets, and lesser-known museums to charming neighborhood corners. Ready, hit play, and let's experience Paris like a local in the next 48 hours. To go have breakfast at a bakery. Don't go to an overrated hype place that's in all the guides. Just go to your local neighborhood bakery that has a long line of local. Croissant, you can try a bunch of different pastries, can have a few of the tiny espressos. You know, this will reset you up right for your day and also give you a taste of delicious French food. After that, I recommend you start your day by walking around. Paris is a super walkable city. It is super dense. There's so much to see, so you will see cool stuff just by walking around anywhere you are within Paris. Also, the other thing you need to do if you only have 48 hours in Paris is to eat. Seriously, have plans for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because the food is so good. Obviously, I'm biased, I'm from here, but the food is really good. My tip here is to plan at least an hour and a half for a proper lunch and a proper dinner so that you have plenty of time to enjoy. So I obviously like southern French food, which is where I'm from. So here we have that confit. We also have cassoulet, which is some kind of a heavy dish from the south. Anything that's ham and cheese related, charcuterie boards, really great. Love these in France. Another one of my favorites are the galettes, which are salty crepes. And if you come during winter, you absolutely have to try a raclette. If you like cheese, a raclette will be heaven for you. It's just half a wheel of cheese that's heated and that melts into potatoes. And Paris is a big city, so I recommend you don't only stick with traditional French food. There's a lot of creative French cuisine that you can find there too. And for that, I recommend you check out Le Fooding, which is a new city with a lot of different restaurants. One good place to try traditional French food is at a bouillon. And with Bobby, we went to Bouillon Pigalle. And as you can see here with the lines, it is not a hidden spot at all. And it's because a bouillon is Paris' versions of fast food, which means they serve simple and cheap meals to a lot of people. And as you can see on the menu, the prices were really super low. So for a whole meal, a starter and a main was only 15 euros, which is around $16. People who come to Paris want to see the old stuff, the buildings, the monuments, the museums. And that's great, but my advice to you is do not try to do too much. Paris is a very old city. There's a lot of old stuff, so it can be really overwhelming. You will not see all the old stuff in 2 days. I'm thinking especially about Le Louvre. Le Louvre tends to be what breaks people. It's so big, it's really overwhelming. There's not a lot of cultural context unless you take a guided tour or you know about art history. And Also, you won't be able to see the Mona Lisa because there's so many people, so you're better off just Googling it. What I recommend here is either to pick a smaller museum that has an exhibition you're interested in. My favorite big museum is Musée d'Orsay, and here again I recommend you just stick to one section to not be overwhelmed. Also, if it's your first time in Paris, I know you want a picture with the Eiffel Tower, and if you've been to Montmartre already, you can sit from the steps, so that might be enough for you. And it's time for the fun part, which is experiencing Paris. So you see, Paris is super beautiful, but it's not a museum. It's an actual city where people live, and there's so many fun things to do. And if you take one thing out of this video is I want you to experience Paris rather than just seeing things as a consumer. So the first thing you need to do to re-experience the city is to chill a bit and not overpack your schedule. We recommend you travel a bit more slowly, and maybe if it's sunny you can go to a park, have a little bit of a picnic, read a book. And a few of my favorite parks in Paris are Jardin du Luxembourg, so the Luxembourg Garden, and it's a very tiny park that's really beautiful. It's right next to the French Senate, and it has these public chairs that you can move around and sit on. A really beautiful fountain and really great opportunities for people watch. Then the other park I recommend, this one is one of my favorite secrets of Paris, so you've probably seen Place des Vosges in every guide. It's a very well-known square. But there's a secret passage at the corner of Place des Vosges, and from there you can arrive to a really cute courtyard that's linked to a castle, and it's super quiet and it's a welcome break from all the people and noise of Le Marais neighborhood. Then of course I love Parc des Batignolles. It's one of my favorites. I've spoken about it many times. It's super cute. There's a river, there's ducks, there's really cute benches. What else can you ask for? And the other thing you should absolutely do if you want to have a more relaxed Paris experience is to go to a local coffee shop. So you've probably seen the typical French cafes, which look like this. And these are cool if you really enjoy a high energy, upbeat atmosphere. And of course, people watching, which is a national sport here in Paris. But for me, I prefer something that's a bit more relaxed, and I love hanging out at coffee shops in local areas since they tend to be a bit smaller and more chill. And speaking of local neighborhoods, let me tell you a few of my favorites that I recommend if you want to rediscover the local life and maybe the French culture. And by the way, if you go there, don't feel intimidated. Paris is super touristy, and of course people can tell you're not from here. But, in these local neighborhoods, no one cares because we are not overwhelmed with the crowds of people because simply tourists don't go there. So we are not annoyed with you at all if you can see us there. And also, most people will even help you have a good time. Just remember, if you talk to a random person, just say hello and smile so that people don't think you're scary or rude. An apéro just means you're gonna have a drink and a bit of food to share with people you love, and you're just gonna talk for hours on end without looking at the time or thinking you need to do anything after this. And by the way, if you don't drink alcohol, there's so many fun and artsy activities you can do in Paris instead. Ceramic painting cafe, where we painted our own cup, and we're terrible at it, but had a really fun time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Wishing you all a great day.